And tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Torpedo, the only beer named after a weapon that killed and drowned thousands. And it's also an IPA, so hopefully I won't be belching and slurring into the microphone. I've only had one of these so far. And we're going to get started. So, this is the NES version of the game. The only bad part of this is it's slightly boulderized, and that means it's censored in a few ways, not in any ways that are important. Sorry, I'm turning this down on my end. I'll get started in 1 minute. It's not censored in any like important ways, but it still cuts a little bit out of the game, which really isn't that risque. But I don't know. Nintendo was a little conservative around this time period, so. But the one benefit obviously is music in this game. In the original Commodore 64 version and IBM version, there is no music at all. And this kind of blew my mind as a kid. I assumed the PC version was going to be always the superior version, but when I played the PC version of Maniac Mansion, I was like, why isn't there any music? And rarely any sound effects. It's actually much more creepy without the music. But every character has their own music, their own theme, if you will, and they all have their own portable CD player which plays that theme. And you can turn it on and off at any point. So the music in the game is sort of also like an item, which is something that the original developers couldn't do because sound cards were not a standard thing in PCs at the time. Yes, Nintendo is still conservative, but they will actually allow M-rated content on their system, so that's much better than they were doing in 1990. And more trivia about me. I think I got this game on my 9th birthday, so that was several decades ago. We won't talk about that. So let's get started here. And Dave is basically your everyman. Partially based on Ron Gilbert, according to my Retronauts episode I had with him. Please listen to that if you haven't. It was from last February. I had Ron Gilbert in the studio, and we talked all about Maniac Mansion. It was a lot of fun. So, just the first bit of morbid humor in this game is trespassers will be horribly mutilated, which is still pretty extreme for a Nintendo game, believe it or not, in 1990. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm hearing a lot of you, or a few of you, say that playing with the D-pad is not ideal. I agree, but you know what? I was so used to it that it's not even a deal now. And I believe you can play through it in Scum VM with a mouse, but I didn't go that far. I'm just playing with a Nintendo emulator for now, so I'm going to do this real quick. I have a normal strategy with Dave, and it's kind of insulting to him, but you know what? Dave is kind of a useless character. He has no innate abilities. I don't know what good he is for anything, really. He's just sort of like your obligatory character. He's the boyfriend of Sandy. You have to use him because he's personally motivated to get Sandy out of the mansion. Other characters aren't. They're sort of like cowards in the beginning. So we're going to give this key... Oh, you know what? I jumped way ahead of myself. I'm going to cancel this. There we go. Let's do this instead. I got a little ahead of myself there. Yes, we also did an episode about Day of the Tentacle for 1UP. Those episodes are great, and talked to Ron Gilbert. I'm sorry, Tim Schafer and Dave Grossman, not Ron Gilbert. Amazingly, they took over for Ron Gilbert and did an amazing job with doing a sequel to Maniac Mansion. It's completely different, both in tone and in design, but it's one of the best adventure games ever. Maybe the best expression of that form. It could be that, between that and Monkey Island 2, I'm not sure. So we're going to give this key to Michael, because Michael is going to serve us much more of a use in our quest here. Dave is only good for one thing, and I'll show you that soon. And I think if you've heard my podcast of Maniac Mansion before, you know what I do with Dave, and it's not pretty. Dave really doesn't have a purpose in this game for me. I don't know why anyone would use him. I mean, his Boys Are Back in Town rip-off music is okay, I guess. It's not the best song in the game, it's not objectionable. But Dave's purpose is this, basically. We're going to get captured by Edna. And that's kind of a creepy scene for anyone who played this as a kid. Getting chased by adults through a mansion. Very, I don't want to say relatable, but it's actually like a repeatable act, maybe. So Dave's going to hang out in the basement, and Dave's goal here for the rest of the game is going to be to push this brick. It's pretty bad for Dave, but it's good for the rest of these kids. So we're going to switch to Michael. Now Edna's out of the way. We're going to get both kids in the mansion, and Michael's going to be the first. Because Bernard can't get past the green tentacle, and that's one of the first goals in the game. So they're both going to go to the mansion, and I'm going to hide Bernard somewhere so he won't get caught. So I'm going to take some, yeah, please ask questions on the chat. I'm taking them right now, and we have a question from Giraffe and Soup. He says, how much of a pixel hunt would you say this game is, Bob? I'd say, even back at this point, LucasArts was extremely fair. Monkey Island 1 would be the first game where fairness would be one of their, you know, the foundations of their game design, but even in Maniac Mansion, you have to try really hard to kill the kids, and even then it's sort of an Easter egg, where in Sierra, death came often, and they really punished you for things you couldn't have known. And especially in this game, I believe there are no real pixel hunt style puzzles. Everything, all the items you need are there and invisible. So they kind of, I think even back at this point, Ron Gilbert realized how adventure games sucked in certain ways. He was a very smart guy, and he still is. So there's a lot to do with Michael. The beginning of this game is basically a lot of item collecting, because there's a lot of useful items in this game, a lot of not useful items in this game. Thankfully, I've played it about 1,000 times, so I know... I'm sorry. Get is what I need. I played this about 1,000 times, so I know exactly what I need to do, and who can be sacrificed and who can't be sacrificed. So there's a lot of things we need in these stages here, so we're going to open this up. We're going to get, let's see, we're going to get the cheese. We're going to get the old batteries. Was that a thing, people keeping batteries in their fridge? Did that keep them recharged or something? Let me know. I don't know what that's about. A can of Pepsi. That's some odd product placement. We're also going to get, you know what, I think we're good. We're just keep walking. Keep on a-walking, Michael. Yes, I was implying Sierra wasn't fair because the majority of their games were not fair in any respect. But you know what? It was a very different time. The people that could afford to own a computer had the luxury of sticking with a game for months. And it was like I said, a very different time. Games were rare and came in a very expensive format, so they were meant to be devoted. They were meant to have a lot of time devoted to them. You know what? Michael's theme is totally awesome. I don't usually hear it that often. So one thing every character does is they completely screw this up, which is getting the bottle of developer fluid. Ooh. So our first cutscene, I guess Ron Gilbert patented the term cutscene, or patented the idea of a cutscene. I'm sure it existed in some other form, but that's just there to let you know that Weird Ed is going to the kitchen, so stay the hell out of the kitchen. But for now, I'm going to get the developer fluid. And every character screws this up. They drop it in the grate, and you need a sponge to get that, but we'll get that later. So now we're gonna get the canned goods. Why not? We're gonna get the shelves. Oops. Oh. And let's see. Get glass jar. We do need that. So I don't believe I took the cheese. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Weird Ed. Weird Ed is feeding his hamster cheese, by the way, in case you want to know why he needs cheese. Yeah, the idea of a cutscene was slightly innovative. It was to show what was happening in the game outside of where your characters were, and I think that is like the true definition of a cutscene. Karateka did that about 4 years before this, though, so I'm not sure if Ron Gilbert thought of the idea. And actually, like a game called Deja Vu had the verb parser before this game, but this game sort of perfected some ideas that were just floating around in the ether. So it deserves credit for that, at least. All right, so here's Bernard. Unfortunately, in this game, there's no real dialogue between characters. You can't talk to Bernard. Yeah, the instances of dialogue are very rare, but they're always funny. So yeah, only Bernard can do certain things, so we're just going to leave him in here because he can get the radio tube that we'll need for a later puzzle, and man, this is going to be weird. I don't play as Michael usually. I know what he can do, but okay. So we're going to go to the lamp. One improvement of this version over the original version is that what is was an original function, an original verb. And instead of just having the cursor naturally tell you what things are, you'd have to go to what is to do that. But with this game, it's just a natural function of the cursor, and it works much better. So, yeah, this game benefited from a lot of, hindsight, I guess you'd want to say. So yes, not a lot going on in here. Actually, I don't know if I can... I don't even know if I need this for this playthrough, because I don't have Sid or Razor, but I'm just gonna get this cassette tape just in case. Hooray! That did something, I guess. Yeah, so I guess my history with this game is, I got it for her birthday, and I played it over and over and over and over and over again, as many of us were wont to do. So I know it completely back and forth. I could probably write you, like, on a piece of paper, the direct instructions on how to finish the game with at least one set of characters. I don't know if I should be bragging about that, but, it's something I can do, I guess. So, Michael has a totally rocking bass theme. Let's see, okay. So, in case you can't tell, this is like the beginning of a painting of the meteor, and you can see the slime trail the meteor left behind, which is kind of cool. And in another cutscene, so let's just hang on and watch this real quick. The original line was getting your pretty brain sucked out, or getting your brain sucked out, but I think Nintendo objected to the phrase sucked out. And we'll talk about that in a later episode of Retronauts, I think, in the audio version of Retronauts. I'm not going to do the voices, I'm not one of those Let's Players, so... I do like the blue skin of the Edisons. That did not last beyond this game. They all have normal colored skin in the computer sequel, so I don't know what that choice was about. It seems like a very Simpson-y choice to me. A very a Doug-like, if you will, choice. It just makes the game very iconic to me. So, wax fruit, we need that. We're gonna get the paint remover. We're also gonna get the paintbrush. And go to the door. So we have a painting of Fred, a painting of Edna. Strangely enough, being very pink in this version of their character art. I don't know what that means. Okay, so not a lot in here for Michael to do. I'm gonna just pick up things out of instinct, though. Broken record, why not? If we turn on the TV, we can hear the most catchy game music themes ever. Maybe I'll let you listen to it for maybe 30 seconds. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I just love that song a lot, and I can't believe I haven't figured out a way to make that into a ringtone yet. It's so catchy. I have a thing for catchy songs, so yeah. Answer the questions that are going on in the chat. You can get stuck in an unwinnable state. In fact, if you take too long, the game has sort of like a timer running that's not shown to you. If you take too long, I believe you just lose control of the kids. In fact, I got into an unwinnable state once because I just kept getting the creepy message, the meteor is in control now. Maybe that was like a failsafe for a bug that I uncovered or something. I'm not sure what it was, but I have not seen it replicated. I've not seen anyone talk about it, so I might have gone slightly crazy in that instance. Maybe you guys can help me out with that. But that was one instance I ran into. But yes, your kids can die. Your kids can dispose of items that they need. It's not easy to screw yourself over, but it can happen. I mean, the items that you need to hold on to eventually make themselves known to you through various plot events, but before that you can get rid of them in ways you shouldn't, so... Yeah, the timer kind of has, sorry, the cutscenes sort of imply the ticking clock, because it's all implied to take place in one night, and you want to stop Dr. Fred from, you know, doing his plan in one night, so... the cutscenes sort of imply that events are happening while you're doing this, which sort of gives like an implicit timer, because it's actually happening, the timer, but you just don't see it. And here we go, Green Tentacle. He's actually a force of good in this game, although you wouldn't know based on his disgusting appearance. He just wants food, that's all he wants. I'm not sure if Dr. Fred grew these tentacles, created them, found them on another planet, if they came on board with a meteor, but they're very cool characters, and I like them a lot. And we're going to give him Tentacle Chow. More food, eh? We're also going to give him some wax fruit, that'll help. And I gotta say, the Edison theme is so awesome. Whenever it plays for any of the Edisons, including the Tentacles, such a great song. Let's see... Bowl of Wax Fruit. And, of course, Green Tentacle can only be sated by the delicious taste of Pepsi. Or fruit drinks. I believe we might need the Pepsi for the plant. Okay, good. And Michael, this is basically his realm. Thank God that Edisons have a dark room, because Michael needs to be in here at some point. Which reminds me, Bernard needs to intercept the package at some point, so I'm going to get him to wait outside the door. Oops, can't pick that up. I want to get the radio tubes. So that's kind of pixel hunty. Not that much, because the discrete item is visible, but maybe that could be considered a pixel hunt type, you know, puzzle. I don't want to give anybody Surge in this game. That's asking for trouble. Alright, so Bernard's going to stay out here. So asking questions in the thread. Let's see what's going on in the thread. Although I am kind of under pressure here, because there's a time limit. Dave is living rent-free in the dungeon. Yes, he is. And let me tell you, apparently the Maniac Mansion is based on the Lucasfilm Ranch in the Bay Area, so I could tell you from living out here, rent is expensive, so it's probably best to live in a dungeon for free rather than renting. There we go. That's in case I need to come back, and I will need to come back when I befriend Weird Ed. So, 3rd floor of the mansion. Why doesn't Green Tentacle have his own game? I agree. In fact, none of these characters have appeared since 1993, so it's been 20 years since there's been a Day of the Tentacle game. I'm sorry, Maniac Mansion game. Okay, another slightly pixel hunty puzzle. Get the dime, we need the dime. Let's read this poster because I think we need to read it. Oh, okay. Family strife in the Edison family. Apparently Dr. Fred has been fixated on something since the meteor landed. And the family can't figure out why. Although Edna seems really detached from her own marriage, as you'll find in the uncensored dialogue. In the NES game, she acts more like a curmudgeonly old lady, where she's like, you know, I ought to call your parents or whatever. In the computer game, she's a horny old lady, and she tells you, I should have tied you to my bed, things like that. You can give her a dirty phone call, and she enjoys it. Yeah, so kind of different characterization in the NES version, but she's still creepy. Okay, who just posted a Frank C emoticon in here? Not that I'm opposed, I just find it interesting. Oh, I'm so depressed. Poor Green Tentacle. You know, his band's not all that bad. But it's really funny how he confides in you, the person breaking into his house, about his, you know, artistic endeavors. And he is medicating with food, which is not recommended. He just needs some therapy, I think. You know, he needs to work through this with a trusted professional, and I think he'll be okay. And I gotta say, the ladder animation is they could have tried a little harder. I always find this hilarious. That animation right there, going down the ladder, just facing someone. That'll never happen. How does a tentacle climb ladders, you ask? With a lot of practice. I just want to make sure I don't break into the wrong room. So we have, I think this is Edna's room, and that's Weird Ed's room. And they will capture you if they find you before you befriend them. I'm gonna use this real quick because I'll need to use it soon. And that basically makes me able to open a door later in the game. You know what? Weird Ed's package hasn't arrived yet, so let's go to Bernard, and I can show you one of the awesome pranks we can pull. Real-life pranks, guys. Don't try this at home. This will get you in major trouble with the police. We're gonna use the doorbell. I imagine this is more common knowledge 25 years ago, the whole ding-dong-ditch idea, but it's actually a solution to a puzzle in the game. And as you can see, it sort of has the idea of like there's a real world around you and things are happening even if you're not there, which is a really cool idea for an NES game and computer game in general. So, Weird Ed left his room. I can go to Michael now and explore his room, briefly, though. I gotta say, it is brief. So we're gonna open Weird Ed's door and go in there. So we're gonna get the hamster. We're gonna open the piggy bank. We're gonna get... So Weird Ed is not gonna be happy with Bernard. Unfortunately, he does not have the Castle Doctrine right to shoot him or drag him to the dungeon, so... Yeah, it does look like a Super Metroid map. Okay, we gotta hurry, we gotta hurry. So yeah, I'm getting lots of flashbacks of me fumbling with the controller as like a 9-year-old and freaking out that Weird Ed was gonna kill me. Oops. Okay, we're done here. Let's just hope that we were fast enough. Oh, we're fast enough. I believe Weird Ed doesn't actually follow you into other rooms. I don't think any of the Edisons do. I know, I kind of would do that if I found someone in my house, but, you know, I guess I don't have that whole object permanence thing that infants have, so... Alright, so here we go. We're gonna get the sponge, because we need that. We're gonna open the shower curtain, because we... Oh. There's, dead Cousin Ted. So, if you're just joining us, and I hope you're not just joining us, but if you are, we're playing Maniac Mansion all the way through, and you guys chose which characters I should use. I rarely use Michael, just because I'm really familiar with Bernard, Razor, and Dave playthrough. So hey, look at this. I want to save before I do this, because I know there's a way to screw yourself over permanently here, and I don't want to do that while I'm playing through with you guys. So, we're going to use the... paint remover on the paint blotch. Bam! And we're gonna open the door. And there's nothing to do for us to do in here, so we're gonna leave. That'll come in handy later. Yes, we're playing the NES version, as I said before. The benefits of this version are the music, the better graphics, if you can believe it. It's actually superior to the 88 PC version. Not PC, but Commodore 64. There was an IBM PC version later, but still no music. And the music is great. It's by a group called Team Fat, and I have an MP3 of the Dave theme played with a real guitar. It sounds really cool. So we're gonna let Bernard back into the Maniac Mansion. I think it's Team FAT. As you can see, Bernard closes doors behind him. Not a big deal, but it's slightly inconvenient. Uh-oh. Let's hide. As you could hear, the doorbell rang, which means that Bernard needs to steal the mail. Not Dave, Bernard. So I guess if you ring the doorbell first, you're not kind of clued into the fact that he's expecting a package, which you need to get. It is essential to playing this game to get the package. Let's get this package. Okay, we're good. And I think Weird Ed is still just as clueless. I know theft is wrong, but we're trying to save the, like, not the world, but one teenager's brain. You know, it's a terrible thing to waste. Weird Al. No, Weird Ed. So many felonies being committed tonight, folks. I'm sorry. It's for the common good. I'm sorry if the image is too sharp and clean. I can add scan lines, but I think it looks okay. I mean, no matter what form you're gonna play this game, it is old. It's gonna be a lot of crunchy sprites. So we're gonna open the grating. We're gonna go down here. We need to. We're gonna use our sponge on this puddle of developer fluid. a sponge somewhere. There we go. Heck yeah, Michael, you rock. So nothing else down here, I think? Maybe there might be a key. I think there's a key? Is there a key? No? Okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I agree. Like, the timeline in this game is kind of screwed up because you can send away for things. Actually, I think with every character you need to send away for something in the mail, and it will come the same night. So that's got to be some crazy shipping and handling charges there. I think we might need Bernard to give us the package. I am going to save, though, because I don't remember if you need Michael to give Weird Ed the package first, or if you need to develop the film first, but I'm going to do both. And we'll see how that works. So let's go to Bernard. And let's move both these guys into the kitchen. I think we can get the stamps off this package now. You know what? No, it's the envelope that needs stamps, not the package. So, read package to Weird Ed. That's it. Alright. Ah, that's how you get the stamps, okay. Yeah, I believe the NES versions, it actually gives you a few extra chances to not screw up, where the, you can sort of, ruin yourself. I think it's all stamp related in the PC version. I'm sorry, the C64 version, the original version. I don't think the stamps have LSD on them. That would make this adventure much harder to accomplish if they were tripping on acid. Alright, so Bernard's gonna give some stamps over to not Dave, but Michael. And I think that's all we need to do for now. Okay. I'm gonna have him just hang out here for now. Oh, wait. Can I still open this package? That would be illegal. Okay, Bernard is, he won't do it. You know, they still have principles, even though they're breaking and entering. They still have principles, so I'm not gonna fault them for that. You know what? I need to see Return of the Living Dead. It's been a while, and I hope it's on Netflix. Maybe I'll watch that when I'm done with this. Yeah, they are very stock 80s characters, but this is kind of a contemporary satire of the horror slasher teen movie genre. Much smarter than I think it's given credit for. Alright, so will Michael open the package? Michael will not. Well, anyways, let's give this package to Weird Ed and gain his trust. I know there's film at some point. Maybe one of you guys can let me know. Is the film in the package? Does Weird Ed give me the film? I want to give him the package with Michael, just in case. Dave is only useful for the dungeon duties. I'm sorry, guys. If you are just joining us, or if you joined us recently, Dave, the main character in the game, is on dungeon brick duty, which means he only exists to help characters out of the dungeon. So. Apparently Weird Ed is wearing a strange military beret for the guy in the chat that's saying his brain is exposed. Now, it's only slightly tricky, but you need to give Weird Ed the package before he tries to give you a citizen's arrest. But after that, he's your friend because he hates his dad and his mom won't listen to him. So, we're gonna give package to Weird Ed. And you know, Weird Ed is not at all disturbed that his hamster is gone, and his money is gone. His plans, eh? Okay, so I don't usually play through with Michael. Maybe one of you guys can let me know how to get Weird Ed's plans. I don't know where they are. I don't actually need to do this part of the game when I'm playing through. Huh. Okay. The music is great, by the way. Yeah, and if you're wondering, in this playthrough I cannot microwave the hamster because I'm playing with Michael and Bernard and they won't do it. Yeah, so I don't know where Weird Ed's plans are. Maybe you can help me with that because it's going to be essential to actually finishing the game. Let's do a quick save here because, like I said, I'm glad you guys challenged me with this tonight because Michael is a character I don't play as, so a lot of this is going to be new to me. Or not new, but just unfamiliar. Because I've seen every ending, obviously, but not for a long time. Actually, I can do one thing ahead of time, and I can actually use the sponge in the dark room. I think Donatello would just hit everything with his bow and win the game. I mean, he could just attack Dr. Fred. So, use sponge in developer tray. Alright, we're ready for that. I am not doing a Battletoads speedrun ever in my life. That will never happen. If it happens and I'm there, that's a pod person because, you know, god damn that game. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We have 75 people, which is, I think, is a new record for our live streams. And we're gonna, we're gonna open the door again for Bernard. Where is Bernard? I think he's in the house, right? Yeah, sure, why not? And we're gonna push a magic statue for Michael. So apparently Nonix81 is saying only the first 100,000 copies of Maniac Mansion allowed you to microwave the hamster. I had one of them, so am I lucky? I don't know. I still want to know about that meteor bug that I encountered, where it didn't let me control any character and told me the meteor was in control now. That kind of freaked me the hell out as a kid, and as an adult trying to find information about it, I'm like, why had no one else seen this before? Alright, that's what I'm missing, the silver key. We will do some cool stuff in a minute, guys. Yeah, it is creepy. Like, imagine you're playing a game, you're having fun, all of a sudden the game is telling you, no, the enemy has won. You are frozen in time, you cannot win, turn off the system immediately. It didn't go that far, but it kind of implied that, you know? Okay, so thank you. So Huelgu says it happened to him too, or her, I'm sorry if I don't know your gender, but I guess it was just the generic, like, you ran out of time message, and that kind of freaked me the hell out. I was not playing with the Power Glove, no. It was the U-Force. No, of course not. It was my controller. I gotta thank my grandma for buying me this game, R.I.P. Grandma, but she was an awesome grandma because she bought me Maniac Mansion, so... Isn't that a cool grandma, buying your grandkid Maniac Mansion? I mean, come on. You cannot get cooler than that. Props to Grandma. Thanks, Grandma. And I believe Michael can actually open the garage door, but we don't have the key for the Edsel yet. Oh. So obviously it's up on blocks. Bumper sticker says, I love Ed. Can we open the trunk at least? I think... Can we? Trunk is locked, okay. Yeah, my grandma took one look at Maniac Mansion and was like, this game is okay for my 9-year-old grandchild, so she was way ahead of the ball, way ahead of the game. Alright, Bernard, 1 second, guys. Yeah, I believe Dragon Quest, the framing device for the save system was the Imperial Scrolls of Honor, and if your game screwed up or if the saves were erased, it would just say, oh no, they've been corrupted by the Dragon Lord, you have to start over again. And that was kind of terrifying. And hey, there's something on the ground here that I'm not used to seeing. Is that what I think it is? A roll of film. That is new to me, guys, in this playthrough. I don't normally play through as Michael, so... This is going to go a lot faster than I thought, but Maniac Mansion is a quick game if you know what you're doing. If not, it's a lot of trial and error until you figure it out, but that's sort of like every adventure game from this era. That is pretty cool. Whoever's saying that their friend made audio cassettes of the endings. I want to hear those, if they're still available. So what we're going to do now is we're going to destroy all life on the planet. Not really. We're just going to open... What verb do I need? Open... Okay. This is actually the worst thing that could ever happen in this game. Not really. It's one of the bad things. But you'll see, oh no, the pool is empty again. And what else is happening? Another meltdown. This is sort of in the height of nuclear mania. Obviously The Simpsons sort of brought that to our attention. Just the dark humor of nuclear power attempting to kill us all in its own way. It's actually pretty safe, but, you know, bad things can happen. And Dr. Fred's, like, real concern is that the meteor is going to be upset if there's a meltdown. But he'll be dead or whatever horrible things can happen to you if you're in the middle of a blast radius. Oh yeah, another meltdown. That explains their blue skin, actually. Yeah. And this music is actually pretty intense and terrifying if you are 9 years old, I can confirm that. So we have Purple Tentacle on the loose now. The game's implying that he's going to come after me, but I'm going to be okay because I'm just going to jump in and out of the pool. And by the way, you can lose the game here if you're not careful, so get in and out really quick. You push this button, the game ends. So the purple tentacle doesn't really know what's happening, and I guess this is his one solution to the problem, is to just check the reactor room. And he turns off the light, which is annoying, but whatever. Okay, what we're going to do now is save the game and then end the game, and then come back to the game. So we're going to pick up the glowing key, and then we're going to read the red button, and it says do not press, so you know what? Breaking the law, guys. We're going to do it. And Maniac Mansion is awesome because you can just push a button to end the game. We're gonna recover from this, don't worry, but I just want to show you guys one of the endings. One of the few ways you can blow up the entire house. And it's kind of dark. This is actually kind of haunting as a child to me. Everything within a 5-mile radius is dead. Just absolutely terrifying that this is happening in, I guess, wherever Lucasfilm Ranch is. Okay, let's load the game. Let's load the game. The game is over. No, it's not. I have future power, so we can load a game. Let's do one more thing. Let's say Bernard doesn't care much for Michael. Maybe Bernard is jealous of Michael's good looks and jazzy theme song. Let's see what happens when Bernard hates Michael. Hates him to death. Michael. Switching to Michael. Michael, what's happening, Michael? Oh god. Oh my god, no. Michael. What's happening, Michael? And apparently Michael can't swim and no other kid can swim, so that's an easy way to kill one of your party members. Pretty crappy, huh? And one of the creepiest things about this game is, when you die, you can still switch to that character. That character cannot move because they are a corpse underground and they cannot reach anything. That is creepy as hell, folks. That is some existential craziness. So let's just load a state and go back to our old save where no one is dead. There we go. So now that we are safe, we can leave the pool and go back to Bernard. Yeah, you know what? If Edisons don't want to draw attention to their crimes, maybe they shouldn't bury teenagers in the front yard with headstones. Just my advice. I've never done it before, but I don't know. Michael is alive now. You know what? I believe I need the tools to to fix the phone and all that good stuff. So I think the key to the Edsel is actually in the Green Tentacles room. Maybe you guys can let me know. I just kind of forget this, like a few of the minor details. Yeah, apparently in the Day of the Tentacle or the Maniac Mansion universe, Weird Ed's hamster being killed is canon, so it kind of traumatizes him and turns him into a total, I don't know, he appears to be suffering from some intense PTSD that makes him violent. I finished the game before, I swear. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I do need help with one thing. The key to the Edsel, where is it? Is it in Edna's room? I don't think it is. I prefer you guys tell me so I don't have to actually pause the game and look it up myself. Oh, you know what? I could do one thing. I could do one cool thing. Oop, nope, I don't want a new kid. We're gonna stick with Michael. So while I do one thing, maybe you guys can let me know, like, what's up with the key to the Edsel. Please look it up for me if you can. You're here with me. I want some minor hints, just because, like I said, I memorized the game, but that one little thing I can't remember, and I needed to get the tools because they're in the trunk. But I can do one thing here. Michael does not have a Hitler mustache. All the characters are just very non-expressive. They're kind of like Earthbound characters. They just have a flat affect to them. Maybe because they're just very serious. Oh, I got burned. I don't think Edna's room has the key to the Edsel, because you need the key to fix the phone to distract Edna, and that seems odd, out of place to me. Okay, I didn't see it when I was there, but let's go back there. Maybe I just couldn't find it. One second, guys. I need a jar of whatever. Empty jar. Where is it? Does Bernard have it? Dave's butt. What? Alright. Okay, Bernard's cool. He's got everything he needs. New kid. Michael. I guess I don't have the jar. That's very strange. I thought I picked it up. Let's see. Ooh, there it is. Duh. Next room, guys. No wonder I missed it. Alright. I believe this is still at least slightly impressive that I'm just rattling all this off the top of my head here. Jar. There we go. So, the water in the swimming pool is highly radioactive. Maybe I can show you one more way to kill another character, right? Would that be fun? Of course it would be. Michael's gonna die a lot, I think, in this playthrough. Poor Michael. Alright, so let's open the microwave. Let's save our game first, because this is gonna kill Michael. Poor Michael. We're in the future now, so we can bring Michael back to life. We're gonna use this glass jar with the microwave oven. And then we're gonna close the microwave oven. We're gonna turn it on and see what happens. This is radioactive water, guys. Just a cautionary tale for all of you out there with radioactive pools. So what'll happen when I open the microwave? We'll find out. Probably something terrible, I bet. Oh, radioactive steam. That is a shame. That's a total shame. Poor Michael is dead once again. Oh, Michael. Oh, you'll be fine. Watch this. I can bring you right back to life. Okay, we're back. Not so bad, guys. Not so bad for Michael. He did sort of do a dance when he died of radiation poisoning. Severe radiation poisoning. Alright, so... Guys, I can't microwave the hamster in this playthrough because of the characters that I chose. I believe only Razor and Sid can do that, and they're both not here right now. Yes, there are many universes happening at once here in the Michael-verse, but Michael is still rocking out, kicking ass with his totally rad theme song. I can't hack ROMs in progress, guys. I'm not that talented. Okay, so we're gonna find this Edsel key that you claim exists, that the thread claims exists. Where is the key? Is there a key? Help me out, guys. There should be a key here, right? There should be a key to the Edsel. Please let me know in the chat. I am desperate for that Edsel key. I do not want to Google that in any respect. I'm a Tor 86 rocker, by the way. I'm looking at the stereo. I don't see anything. We can. Oh wait, do we use the stereo? Oops, turn on stereo. Right. Nothing. Next to the right speaker, I don't see anything next to the right speaker. Under the pillow. Nope. Open bed. Right speaker. I don't know what to do, guys. That's weird. Yeah, there should be a key here. Let's do something else. Can someone actually look that up for the NES FAQ? Turn on bed. I don't want to do that. I have other things to do in the game. If someone can look up the how to get that Edsel key, I'd appreciate it while I do other things, because there are a few things I can do first. I do want an I'm a Rocker 86 Tour t-shirt. Yeah, no one picked it up yet. Let's look through my inventory again. I don't see it. Glowing key, glass. Okay, glowing key, silver key, card key. I believe it's called Edsel key. Okay, well, we'll figure this out sooner or later. Yeah, someone in the thread, please let me know. I need the Edsel key. I don't know where it is. Ah, I gotcha. Okay, cool. We have a few things to do first, though. Let's do this first. Water faucet. So, Dead Cousin Ted is dead, unfortunately. I don't know how old he is, but he's a mummy. Hopefully they didn't oh, 3444. So we're gonna call that at some point soon. Right. It's called Yellow Key, and I do have it. Okay. Ah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. No wonder I was confused. Well, you know, we'll go back to Green Tunkle's room for one more way to kill Michael. And, he'll be killed later, but we need to get the thing to kill him first. Is it in this room even? I don't think it is. I'm sorry. Wow, he's really codependent right now. Okay, we're good. Michael's doing his weird walk down the ladder. I don't hate Michael. I'd be killing anybody that I selected for this playthrough. But Michael is just our main dude, and that's how it usually works with Maniac Mansion. I have one main character that does everything, and maybe the other character just will do their essential thing, but that's sort of the best way to play through this if you know what you're doing. If you're like a very... Oh. If there was a drinking game where you took a shot every time Bob says "ah," everyone in the room would die of alcohol poisoning. Is that more of a scream "ah" or more of an I don't know. Yeah, Hoagie would have survived any sort of assault, any sort of attack on his person. A bullet even, Hoagie would just deflect with his massive, Oh, the aha sound of understanding, I see. Well, you know what? Maniac Mansion is a game full of ahas. This is actually based on a real room in Lucasfilm, in the LucasArts Ranch. Maybe Lucasfilm Ranch, rather. Hoagie is the awesome prototype for Eddie Riggs that is in Day of the Tentacle. Great game. I just played through it for my one of the last Retronauts I made with Tim Schafer and Dave Grossman. Still really good, still unavailable because LucasArts sucks. Oops, did I say that out loud? I did. Because they're no longer around anymore. I can insult them. Who's drinking Surge? That's illegal and not available in the States. Yes, sorry, it's Skywalker Ranch, you're right. Dave has the entire prison blueprint. The entire prison blueprint tattooed on his back. Yeah, I don't. What's Dave doing in prison? Let's check in on him real quick. Dave, how's it going? Dave is still staring at that brick. Okay, Dave, you just hang out. We'll be back with you in a minute. I can insult Disney? What is that? I don't know what that means. I mean, Walt Disney had some problems, but I enjoyed a lot of their cartoons. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I prefer to have a LucasArts as it was in the 90s and late 80s, but that will never happen again, and LucasArts for the past 10 years has kind of been terrible. I'm not a fan of Star Wars, so I can't speak to their Star Wars games. So the tools are important for one character, and that character is Bernard. And I forget where he is. Let's go find Bernard. This is unintentionally becoming a speedrun, and I'm sorry for that. Okay, Bernard's still underground. We need to get him to the house, because Bernard has a few things he needs to do. He can fix some shit that Michael cannot. Bernard can fix the power lines, and he can fix the phone. And fixing the phone is going to get us into Weird Edna's room. Alright, let's take him here. New kid, Michael. If there's going to be a Star Wars Retronauts, I believe Jeremy would probably host it. And I think there was a Star Wars, when Star Wars turned 20, or 25 maybe, I think Jeremy had a Retronauts about Star Wars and Star Wars games. 2006? 2007? Maybe that was 20 years? Or 30 years? I don't know. Maybe 30 years, I'm sorry. Actually, one of the mandates for LucasArts was no Star Wars games. Because Star Wars was profitable enough as a, you know, toy line, as a coloring book line, as a clothing line, they wanted to challenge their developers, which was a great idea. Unfortunately, that soon faded away after the mid-90s. Let's see here. We're gonna give Bernard, he is weird, but he's not Weird Bernard. Give him a few things he needs. 1 second, let's read the record. Ooh, we need that. We're gonna kill Michael with that too. Where are the tools? Let's give him the tools. We're also gonna do a few super pro tips here. We're gonna give him a few other things he needs. We're gonna flashlight. Oops. Give flashlight to Bernard. We're gonna open up the boombox we found in the pool, and there are fresh batteries in there. There are dead batteries in the fridge. Do not use those batteries, they're dead. 1 sec. I thought I got that. Maybe I'm just missing it. Radio, okay, sorry. Open the radio. What do we find? Batteries. We're gonna give the batteries to Bernard. This is all knowledge that I shouldn't have right now, but I have it because I played this game about 1 trillion times. And what's next for Michael? Well, Michael's gonna go do a few things first. Am I shouting? I'm sorry. I would like to do a Shining Force episode. Probably this year it'll happen. I do want to get you know, through a few of the user requests or the donator requests, because we've been kind of slacking on those. We need to get those started soon. But I do like Shining Force. I have not played a lot of those games though, so it will take a lot of research to get through. And I know the later games aren't that good, unfortunately. And now it's kind of like a pervy porno game, as far as I know. So cassette tape, where are we? Cassette tape, where are you? There we go. So, the Victrola, we're going to use our tentacle mating call record on the Victrola and find out what happens. Nothing will happen, guys, but I'm going to make a tape of it. Which, it strikes me now that a kid these days would not understand that concept, like recording something with a tape off of another thing. So maybe this is just a puzzle for old people. So these are tentacle mating calls. Get ready for those. Pretty terrifying. Alright, we're going to pick up the cassette tape. Sorry for the horrible screeching. I'll turn that off right now. I would like a Camelot Retronauts, but Camelot kind of annoys me with a lot of their games. I feel like they are a real hit-and-miss studio. I do really love the Mario Golf RPGs, and I'm really sad that the RPG mechanics have not carried over to the later Mario sports games. Hey guys, check this out. I can do some cool stuff. Use the cassette tape in the cassette player. What'll happen? We just recorded some horrible noises. Oops. Turn on the cabinet door, that's crazy. Okay, we're just destroying the house now. And you know what? I'm just gonna let that play forever, for the rest of my life. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm getting some new people coming in here. Yeah, your new ringtone. You know what? Actually, I need this tape. Okay, I'm sorry, Michael. Too complex a scenario for you to understand on your own. A Mac Venture episode of Retronauts, that'd be cool, actually. I played all those games. I love Deja Vu. I even liked it as a kid, even though it was kind of inscrutable. Now it makes a lot more sense. Maybe too much sense. So I believe we can kill Michael this way, too. We'll try it at least. I've only tried it with Razor before. I don't think gender has anything to do with it. Legacy of Kain is not too new. I think usually the rule is 10 years, but I don't really follow that hard and fast. I think, like, anything up to a generation ago is fine. Even then, you can talk about the implications for, you know, modern times. So let's find out what happens when we play our tentacle mating call in a room with a tentacle. Only bad things can happen, am I right? But we're going to find out what happens. Okay, so we're going to get a cutscene. And the music did not change because we were already hearing the Edison theme. Pretty cool. Okay, the Meteor's into some sync shit, I think, so far. Nobody touches my hamster. You're going to tick off the meteor. See, this is a sort of a hint. If you did not get the card key already, it connects the hamster with the card key to sort of let the player know, like, you need this key, it's in this room, it's with the hamster, get it if you haven't gotten it already, but figure out how to get it first. Wow, that is some harsh language from Dr. Fred. Alright, so I guess now we'll save because the, okay, you're so depressed. Well, we're going to cheer you up with a tentacle mating call, right? I think that's going to happen now. And then we're going to quickly reload our save because you're going to kill us in tentacle passion. Fit of tentacle passion! Maybe? Maybe? No? Nope. I guess he only does that with female characters. That's really weird. Okay, well you saw it here, folks. Green Tentacle does not care for the men, I guess. I've had him kill Razor before. I'm sorry, it's over now. We're okay. Dave is cool. Not Dave. Well, Dave is still cool, but Michael is also just hanging out. And now we're gonna do some other cool stuff. We're gonna experiment with botany here. Oh, maybe not. Where's the door? Help! Where's the door? There we go. Okay, so there's a few things we need to do, but Bernard is needed. Bernard is needed now. For the first time in the game, we need Bernard. Well, maybe second time. So let's do some experiments here. We're going to use the glass jar with pot for plant, and as you can see, he's a little feisty, so we're going to give him some Pepsi, because apparently that is a solution to this puzzle. Use can of Pepsi on plant. And that just quieted him right down, right guys? I mean, Pepsi, obviously. So lots of problems in this game. It's already inferred that Meteor Mess is something you need to access in order to do something. And like I said, this game is slightly, I don't know, it could be a little, could give you a little more guidance, but I will excuse some problems because of its age. But it's very friendly as far as adventure games go, at least from this era. I prefer Coke actually, but yeah, Pepsi. I guess plants like it, so let's rock and roll. Alright. So actually, Bernard needs to give Michael the... Oh wait, no, I think we're okay. Bernard's gonna do one thing, and that's fix the phone. Jeff can do that, but Jeff can only fix the phone. He can't fix anything else. Like I said, the stoner phone fixer trope, I don't know where that exists elsewhere, but that's Jeff's one ability in the game. Pepsi has electrolytes, guys. So here's Bernard. We're going to use the tools on the phone and find out what happens. And it's fixed. Yeah, Bernard probably is a phone freaker. Maybe Jeff is too, to scam people. Get some free collect calls out of that stuff. Michael. Back to Michael. Michael is going to do some cool stuff. Michael is going to break and enter into Edna's room in a minute here, guys. He's going to open the door first, but that's not conspicuous at all, right? And now Bernard is going to give Edna a filthy phone call, but in the NES version, it's just a prank call. So don't worry, you're fine. Use phone, and I wrote down her number. It's right here on my sketchpad, 3444. I think it changes every playthrough. No problem, Dr. Hare. I enjoy this game a lot. I enjoy playing through it. It's super weird and awesome. So Edna is insane, obviously. She thinks Ted is alive and calling her when Ted is really a corpse in the bathroom. You make up your mind. And also, the mirror above the bed, I'm just noticing now. I mean, come on. Obviously, they did not alter too much of her personality. I do enjoy the cracked mirror as a symptom of her ugliness. That's a pretty nice touch. And Edna is distracted on the phone with Bernard, so we're going to go back to Michael. And we're gonna, you know, steal some shit, because we can do that. We're gonna get a small key. I believe the nightstand is off limits. Okay, we're gonna go up these. Nope, sorry, Nurse Edna. We're gonna go into your attic, and it's gonna be cool. So turn on light. There's a painting, I believe, of... looks like Weird Ed, I'm not sure, but we need to open this painting, guys. So important. Another cutscene. That's right, Purple Tentacle. Be professional about this. I mean, this is science, right? There are protocols. Yes, I guess the Maniac Mansion is so large they actually operate with an extension, you know, protocol instead of just dialing a number. So scroll number here. We need the telescope to view this. Telescope is in the observatory. We have the technology to look at this code. We're going to do that. Oh, my bad. There's a way to cheese Edna, but it involves a little bit of legwork that I don't want to do right now, so we're going to just call her back, right? She's really gullible, and she will fall for a double prank call. Back to 3444. And again, Edna is blah blah blah. We need to come back to Edna's room, but only once, and we can do the same trick again. So you guys, just so you guys know. But Michael can escape freely. Oops, maybe not. Let's see if we saved. We could have saved Michael. We could have saved him. He could still be in that room. He could still be okay. Let's call Edna back. We're gonna go back to 3444 again. I think you need to steal everything to play the game, just so you guys know. There is no lawful good playthrough of Maniac Mansion. It all involves theft of things in the house. Like, your teens really should have come prepared for this. Okay, Michael is just on the ladder, hanging out. And Edna's taking a call, you know, as anyone would if someone was, you know, in their house, breaking and entering. I'm just gonna sneak by this lady here. It's fine, don't worry. We're good. So... you know what, I should develop the film soon, but I can do this first. I guess we're at an hour. I guess it only takes a little over an hour to beat this game, because we're actually close to the end, if you can believe it. Believe it, guys. And... I know that you move the telescope 2 places to the right in order to beat this puzzle, but just in case I got that wrong, I'm going to save my game. So we're going to use the dime. This is actually kind of complicated. You're going to use the dime in the slot, right? And we're going to push the right button. It's rotating, as it should be. Let's use the telescope now. Really powerful telescope, by the way. So we see we're a little away from the window. This is kind of a tricky puzzle. I don't think it's as clear as it needs to be. There's also a puzzle in Maniac Mansion 2, Day of the Tentacle, that uses 2 dimes. Not related to this one at all, it just was a coincidence, as I asked Ron Gilbert 6 or 8 months ago. We're going to push that right button again and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna get something cool, guys. 1029, which is actually the combination of the safe that's above that number. So let's go back to the safe and find out what's in it. Am I gonna watch this episode of the TV series after this? No, I am not. Have you guys actually seen the TV show? It is terrible. Even me with my incredibly low standards at age 10 could not, deal with the TV show Maniac Mansion. It is just like, number one, does not respect its source material at all. And Ron Gilbert expressed grief about it on the episode of Retronauts that he was on. He did not like it either. I don't know, and it ran for a long time too, maybe like 2 or 3 years, at least in Canada. Not to disparage Canada anyway, of course. It is a Canadian show, so yes, we can blame Canada, as the popular song says. Unfortunately, Zach McCracken, I do not know Zach McCracken. That game, I tried playing it, I do not like it that much. And I know it has its fans, but I gotta just say no to Zach McCracken. So we're gonna call Edna yet again. We're gonna call Edna. Dave is really he's not being used at all this playthrough. Yeah, Joe Flaherty is the best part of that show. He's even good in like bit parts, like in Back to the Future 2. When he's the guy delivering the Western Union telegram, he's great in that. And he has the simplest purpose in that movie. What do I think of Loom? Again, Loom I am not familiar with. I want to play it through someday. I have not played it yet. I never actually finished Fate of Atlantis. I need to actually go back and finish the LucasArts game the LucasArts games I haven't finished yet, because there are a few notable ones. But I will not finish Curse of Monkey Island. I'm sorry, no, Escape from Monkey Island. I tried finishing it once, and it froze up on me midway through, and there's a bug I could not get past, and that was it for me with that game. Curse is great. I love Curse. Escape, you can take that. You can keep it. Alright, I'm going to save real quick, because I don't want to ruin my game here, but there's one thing I need to do. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Let's see. So we have an envelope here in the safe for whatever reason. It's a blank envelope. I don't know why it was in the safe. It feels stupid to me. Okay. If you try to open the envelope in the PC version, it ruins the envelope and your game's over. You need that envelope to finish the game. In the NES version, they fixed that, thank God, because, I mean, come on. That is just really unfair. We're going to call Edna again to get Michael out of his predicament. Bernard ran away from the phone for some reason. Maybe he doesn't want to do prank calls anymore. Well, Bernard, too bad. We are going to call Edna again. Merit 29, I am proud of you for beating King's Quest 5 as a kid. Other comment in the thread, I think Ray would be best to do the Game Center CX episode, because he is a much bigger fan than me, even though I like it. It might be hard to find a bigger fan in the United States than Ray Barnhold of Game Center CX. Yeah, mail tampering is a major theme in this game. You need to just constantly screw with envelopes and the postal service, and there's got to be some weird FedEx system they're using in this game. So we're going to save the game. I want to develop the film with Michael, but I don't want to screw it up, so... Oh! I forgot she left her room. You know what, Edna? I'm out of here in 2 seconds, because you have a loose brick that you are not keeping your eyes on, and Dave is totally my man for that. Wait. No, Dave, you know what, Dave? I don't need you. You're worthless. We're gonna just get out of here ourselves, Dave, so you just hang out there. Oh, wait. Wait, it's the rusty key. I have that. I think I have that. There we go. You know what, Dave? You just hang out. You just take it easy. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Actually, that was super convenient because... Oh, I guess it wasn't because I left the room. Alright, well, let's get Bernard on this case. Bernard's nearby. Bernard's going to give Michael the roll of film. Bernard's also going to fix the wiring in the attic to fix Meteor Mess. Yeah, Dave just gets completely screwed in my playthrough of Maniac Mansion. I don't know if you guys are the same way. Can you let me know? Because Dave is just, to me, just like he's brick pusher. Excuse me, he's brick pusher number 1. That's all he'll ever be. So we're gonna push the gargoyle, and Michael's gonna take a trip to the basement because Michael is gonna be useful in helping Bernard out here. Oh, you know what? Bernard needs to do one thing. He needs to give things to Michael. Just a roll of film, though. And I believe Bernard has all he needs to fix the wiring, so let's send Michael back to the basement. Yeah, I should admit there is a remake. Not admit, but let you guys know. It came out in 2004. It's called Maniac Mansion Deluxe or Advanced or something like that. And I don't think the website is online anymore, but it is a really good remake of the game. Really fantastic. I love it. It just updates everything that needs to be updated. I'm not sure if there's music still, but it's great. And for now, we're going to open the fuse box, and we're going to go back to Bernard. So I'm being asked to kill a random kid before I finish the game. I can do that. Maybe Bernard can be, maybe his blood can be on their hands. Youngstown is where it's at. No, it is not. Thank you, shut the fudge up. But you're wrong, and I know who you are. Dr. Harris says Youngstown is great. Also false. But I was there for like 25 years, so I can speak the truth, people. Bernard's gonna do some cool stuff, guys. Oops, wrong door. Maybe I will kill Dave. Dave should die, I believe. So, I can't Chris MCI or MCT. Your font is weird. I can't read that, but I'm gonna kill Dave, I think. Use batteries in flashlights. Cool tip, guys. You need to turn off the power to fix the wires here. These wires are connected to the Meteor Madness video game in the game room. So let's go there. But first, let's turn off the power, which is also terrible. We'll also blow up the house. We'll also play the terrible, scary music. We're gonna skip that cutscene. So we need to turn on our flashlight and an amazing display of technology. Look at this technology, guys, so amazing. Oh my gosh, real lighting sources are happening in front of me. But enough about that, let's use our tools on... Oop. Okay, so I guess this cutscene is happening in the dark, which can happen sometimes. This cutscene does not normally happen in the dark, but because I turned the power off, they're having a nice heart-to-heart in the dark. Which I think is cool, like... Again, it shows that, like, there is a world happening outside of your characters, and the things you do in the house will affect that, which is cool. I forgot about that. Yeah, the chainsaw is in this game, and the gas for the chainsaw is in Zach McCracken. And in Evil Dead 2, the chainsaw is missing until, well, watch Evil Dead 2 and you'll find out why. Yeah, I don't think Dr. Fred and Nurse Edna are going to get it on anytime soon, Neil Sama. Okay, well, you caught me sneaking around your house, I don't care. I want Bernard back. So I guess Purple Tentacle is getting a stipend from Dr. Fred. That's odd. It's very odd, but maybe that cutscene ate up some time in the game. Let's go back to Bernard. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it's Purple Tentacle's internship. He's not being paid, obviously. I mean, who gets paid for internships these days? But he's getting paid in experience, and that's so valuable, guys. His resume is so great. Oh, just missed it. You know what? You know what? I don't need you, Dave. You messed up the one thing to do. The one thing I wanted you to do. But you know what? We're just going to turn on the circuit breakers because we can. It's kind of, I was just confused for a moment because I forgot that the Purple Tentacle always turns the light off. He's like some weird environmentalist. Maybe not. Alright, let's try. Ooh, my bad. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up, guys! I don't know how. Let's load a state. I hope I saved relatively recently. Alright, let's find out. I apologize. I don't know what happened there. I think the cutscene might have eaten up some time that I need to turn the power back on. But it's cool, guys. Don't worry about it. If anything, I showed you one more way to blow up the house. Where's Bernard? Is he ready? I bet he's way behind. He's way behind. Yeah, I'm gonna save again when I get closer because I don't want to make you guys suffer through the same stuff. This is kind of like a 2-hour playthrough, I guess. Yeah, the power limit time, the power off time limit does seem severe. I really think that the cutscene ate up time when it really shouldn't have. I think they should have turned that off for the cutscene, but it didn't seem to have an effect when I turned it back on, which is strange. But I'm gonna save this time just to make sure that we do what we need to do. And I think Bernard's song sounds like the song they do at the end of Revenge of the Nerds 2, if you guys remember that. With the electric violin or something? I don't know. Okie doke. Okay, so Bernard still has the roll of film. We can give that to Michael later. It's an instant sort of thing. We're still going to use the batteries and the flashlight. Now I'll save because I need to. Okay, so that was the first Revenge of the Nerds. All I know is one of them ends in rape, and that's terrible. And I only found that out later in life, when I probably watched it a lot as a kid. I would love Lotax and or Shmorky to jump on board. We're not affiliated anyway outside of we both do stuff for something awful, or we all do stuff for something awful, rather. But they're great guys. I like them. So turn off the fuse box. Oh, I think I need to open the fuse box. Good thing Michael has night vision. Okay, we'll do it this time, guys. Don't worry. Alright. Let's see, then we go back to Bernard. Oh, sorry, we're at Bernard, I'm sorry. Michael's back. It's gonna turn on the circuit breakers, blow your mind, guys. Alright, let's... Hopefully I didn't do anything strange. So Sergio Ferrazzi Jr. I can't read that. I'm sorry. The text is really tiny on my screen right now. But is the layout the same of the house? Not really. They try to make some concessions. It's basically the same relative layout. But they don't obviously replicate every room, which is smart because there's a real economy of design in that game where there's not here. It was more exciting in 1988 to explore an entire house than it was in 1993. Alright, go back to Dave. Oh wait, no, Michael's fine. Guys, I keep forgetting, he's got the old rusty key. I think they're already on. I think we're good. I think we're safe now. Okay, we're good. Turn off the flashlight for Bernard. So right now, I'm gonna have Bernard give Michael the... No, I'm gonna have Bernard work out really quick. Even though he doesn't need to, he can still use it, you know? We could all use the workout. Use a workout, rather. I'm gonna use the word "the" a million times. Hukaloo. Whatever that might mean. Let's keep moving on. Or Hulagoo, however you say your name. I don't think we're gonna get 100 users, but this is pretty much the most people I've live streamed to yet, so that's kind of an achievement. It's still kind of like 1% of our podcast audience, but I enjoy having you guys around. Achievement unlocked. I did something. Okay, so Fred is playing Meteor Mess, and that will get us basically to the end of the game, essentially. We're gonna skip that. We just saw it. And you saw that actually took place during the day, not the day, but during the light times, because the power was not off. Where's Michael? Oh yeah, in the basement. Oh good, pizza is great. I just had pizza today. I'm a pro pizza guy. Thankfully, there is a lot of pizza to be had out here in Berkeley. Believe it or not, the West Coast does have really good pizza. Depending on where you go, rather. Alright, Michael's back, and he's gonna take things from Bernard. Bernard, hi, how's it going? Bernard is gonna give him a few things that he needs to succeed. Give the roll of film to Michael. And I think Michael is good. I think Bernard's role in this whole production is over. A speedrun of 8 minutes, I do want to see that. I imagine there is a bug involved because as straightforward as this game can be, I don't know if that's possible legitimately. I'm skeptical. I've had pizza with pistachios on it. I can't read your name. Oh, I know who you are, and it was good. It was West Coast pizza. Dave is dead inside, that's true. Let's close this door, and we're gonna save again, because I forget how you develop film. I don't want to screw that up. I do not want to do that. So we're gonna use the film in the developer fluid. So, Shut the Fudge Up says, West Coast pizza sucks. I do not agree. Pizza in LA sucks. Pizza in the East Bay is really good. So we're gonna give this to Ed. And no, pizza in Berkeley is not made from hemp. It's made from cornmeal most of the time. No problem, Shoto Drag. I enjoy playing Maniac Mansion, and as you can tell from the playthrough, it's all burned to my brain forever. So, you're all benefiting from that horrible disease I have. We're gonna give Weird Ed his roll of film as requested. He has no idea we stole his hamster. That's right, Weird Ed. So I believe Weird Ed can help get rid of Purple Tentacle, because he's the first thing in your way to the end of the game. I'm also going to visit Meteor Mess before I go downstairs, because I do want to get that code for the inner doors. Because secretly Dr. Fred wants to be caught. He's under the control of the meteor, but the real Dr. Fred, as sane as he is sort of trying to reach out to you and let you know he's in trouble. But he does that through, you know, a high score thing on a video game. I can't blame him. Let's do this real quick here. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. There are a few points where the game can screw you over forever. Open the coin box. Oops. So we're going to use a quarter in Meteor Mess. And you can hear the Indiana Jones theme in this, sorry. So we got 5858 as the code. And we are on our way to finish the game, if you can believe it or not. I can't play Tuna Diver, and it actually was Muff Diver on the PC, as obscene as that is. But I guess Tuna Diver goes in line with Tuna Head, and the power goes off automatically at a certain point in the game, which means the in-game timer is kind of running short. But I believe my own actions help accelerate that, because I'm playing at a really advanced clip here, because I know where everything is, I know how to do everything. So I believe that achieving certain goals pushes the time ahead for your characters. I don't know the science behind it, but that's just what I understand. So I guess Michael's role in this whole game is to provide at least one line of defense against the Purple Tentacle. And you need to get rid of him before you actually attack the meteor. So there are many ways to do that. One of them is to get him a writing contract. One of them is to have the meteor police arrest him or apprehend him, I believe. And so we're gonna do this. Oops, sorry. Weird Ed will be down here in a minute to get rid of the Purple Tentacle. I don't know if this So I have 5858, hopefully that works. Yeah, Dave has not done anything in this entire game, actually. Now that I think about it, you probably don't even have to bring him into the mansion. Maybe to just get rid of Edna in the beginning, but she might move on her own eventually. Let's go in the door real quick and see if Weird Ed will show up to help us. So I guess Weird Ed is not going to help us until we wait for him. So you know what? While we wait for him, why don't we kill Dave? Does anyone want to kill Dave? Oh wait, here he is. We're gonna kill Dave anyways, but wow, Purple Tentacle is really afraid of Weird Ed, which I like. Thanks, Weird Ed. Let's save the game real quick, just in case I screw up anything else. But it's been a pretty good run-through so far. We're gonna kill Dave. We're gonna kill the hell out of Dave. Dave's gonna be super dead. He's gonna be double buried. He's gonna be so dead, guys. I'm gonna even let Dave out of the prison just to kill him. Dave, you know, we all like Sandy. I like Sandy more, so I believe, I mean, dead men tell no tales, dead men date no cheerleaders. We're gonna have to get rid of you in some way. Dave, would you like to take a dip in the pool? Probably. Let's kill Dave that way. Mega Man Fan 1500 wants to know if we're doing a wrestling episode. Yes, we are. In fact, someone requisitioned one from us, so we have to do it. That'll be happening later this year, so please look out for it. And I, quite frankly, know nothing about wrestling games, so they'll be interesting. Oops, sorry, I'm actually playing in the dark because at some point the power goes out for good. Not for good, but for a while because Dr. Fred has to do something, and you gotta kind of navigate in the dark, but the game tells you what everything is at night, so... I'm sorry, not at night, but in the dark, so you're okay. It is kind of creepy 20 years ago, but not so much now. Alright, Dave. Time for your magic voyage to the bottom of the pool. Let's go to Michael. Michael will be the... no. No, Bernard will kill him. Bernard will be the killer. I want to do one thing. Let me turn off my CD player. If you can hear that, that's actually the sound of the grandfather clock. That is the one noise you would hear in the game, sans music. There'd be no music. Just you'd hear the ticking of the grandfather clock when you went into the mansion, which is really, really creepy and moody, atmospheric. I like it. And you can actually hear the crickets outside if you turn off the music. So let's just turn on the CD player because it's a little too creepy right now. But Bernard is going to kill Dave. Mark my words. So we have to find some valves in the dark. Come on, valves. There you go. Water valve. And again, I'm going to save just in case. Just to be safe. But Dave is going to be dead forever, so say goodbye to Dave. We've had a good time with Dave, but Dave has served his purpose, which was not really a purpose at all. But Dave is going to be drowned in nuclear waste. But there are worse ways to go out, I assume. I guess. Alright, Dave, just hang out. We'll be with you in a moment, Dave. Just hang out by the corner there. A 20-foot deep pool seems a little excessive, but I guess it is a nuclear cooling thing. And we're gonna turn back off the valve. I'm gonna go to Dave. Oh, sorry, Dave. Oh, boy. Glug, 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 glug. Dave does have the best clothes, I think, but unfortunately he's dead now. And Bernard is gonna... Maybe Bernard's gonna turn to Sandy in her hour of need. Bernard does seem like an MRA. He could be a pickup artist, for all I know. He's in the dark right now. Where's the exit? Can I turn on my flashlight, maybe? Hey, it works in the dark, guys. That is some technology. There we go. Yes, he suffered the fate of a secular humanist, which means hell forever. I wonder if can we read his tombstone? Oh, wow. I think that's Bernard's own commentary there, but, So, right now, I think Michael is just waiting for... Oh, no, you know what? Weird Ed's already done his thing. We can just... We're gonna finish the game now, I guess. Yeah, so I guess we can read this. This is kind of like a weird map of the mansion. You can't read that. I can't read that either. So, there are a few things we can do. Let's save the game again, guys, because there are a few things we can do here. And you know what? I found that this ending is actually pretty easy because, there's no mailing of contracts because with Wendy and Razor and Sid, you have to you don't have. Well, I believe you might have to, but you need to get a contract either for Green Tentacle or the Meteor for them to help you. And the Green Tentacle will get rid of Purple Tentacle, and in this case, we got Weird Ed to get rid of him with our help developing the film. Let's use this periscope. Dr. Fred is weird, and he spies on his own wife with a periscope. Okay, Dr. Fred, whatever. Actually, you guys, in case you don't know, I can't microwave the hamster. I don't have the right party members for that. This is kind of creepy. Pepsi. So we need to do one thing right now. We need to open the locker. We need to get the radiation suit, which puts it on us automatically. It's kind of creepy. And we need to use the key card or card key in the slot. We go this way. We turn off the switch. And then we just pick up the Meteor. I feel much better now. Was it really that easy? So I'm not really sure what Dr. Fred's plans were tonight. Someone let me know. I guess he was gonna suck Sandy's brains out and blow up the house. Sort of like a murder-suicide type deal. So right now the game is telling you Dr. Fred is cool, but the meteor is still running the show. You need to do something with him. And there are a few things you can do. Actually, with this playthrough, I could have summoned the meteor police, but I won't. I'm going to actually put the meteor in the Edsel and blast it off into space, which is going to be great. Time remaining. 2 minutes until meltdown. Talk about stressful. So I have the meteor in my possession, which is gross, but we're going to open the door here. And we're carrying it. That's also gross, but you know what? We have to do this. It's for the common good. Oh my god. Do we need to close the trunk? Let's do it. Then we're gonna use the yellow key and the Edsel, probably. Oh god, stressful. Okay guys, say goodbye to the meteor. He's out of here. Goodbye, meteor. You're out of here. It was that easy. It was that easy, folks. And apparently he likes it. So he's off to a better place. And that's the end of the game. I'm sorry your mad plan cost your boyfriend his life. So now Sandy is stuck with Bernard. It could be worse, I guess. I don't think that's gonna happen. Dave is so dead. He's buried in your front yard, guy. Oh man, what a tease. Dr. Fred is one sick ticket, I think. That's a pretty dark ending for an NES game. But I will leave you with the awesome music from Maniac Mansion, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. It was a fun 2 hours. I didn't believe it could take 2 hours. I thought it was a much shorter game, but I had a lot of fun talking about a game I like a lot. This is one of my favorite games of all time. As you can probably tell, I know it backwards and forwards except for that one damn key that I already grabbed. And you can see our friends Dave Grossman and Tim Schafer in the credits here. They're great. I recommend you play all of their games. And I can take a few questions as the credits roll. Original music is by... Oh, okay, these are all the fake bands they created for the game. So every song has their own fake artist, which is great, but it's all done by Team Fat, who did music for games for a while and might still be doing music, I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's basically it. You can send in some final questions, but that's going to be it for tonight. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, and I'm not going to play again. Well, maybe if I hit the button, I'll hear some awesome music. Oh, okay, we're good. So yeah, thank you. Segments will start on the podcast soon. We're figuring out a way to do that to not be tedious or annoying, but I know we're obligated to, and I know you guys want to hear us talk about you, and we're going to do that as soon as we can in the best way we can, so look forward to that. And I have heard the Bruce Springsteen song Youngstown, and we make fun of it a lot, being from Youngstown. And Dennis Farrell is cool. I'd like to get him in playthrough at some point if he does streaming. I like Dennis, and he was a great freelancer when he worked at 1UP, and he does good stuff for Something Awful right now, so look at his stuff up. I guess that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. Look forward to a new podcast on Monday, and if you haven't sent us a review in the iTunes Music Store, we've been getting a lot of those so far, and they actually help the show out a lot. So if you haven't, please do that, and I appreciate all of you being here and asking me questions and interacting with me, and hopefully I made you happy with the whole 2 hours of Maniac Mansion, which is a fantastic game. And yes, Scott Sharkey will be on Monday's episode, spoiler alert, and I will see you guys next time with a new stream. I'll be back sooner than you think. I'll see you then. Bye.